So today I'm going to show you how to fix a broken nail using a tea bag, which sounds very unlikely, but this is a very good home trick. Here you can see a nail that's broken. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there's actually a crack in the side here, and I'm going to show you how to fix it so you don't have to cut your nail down using a tea bag. So if you want to see how to do it, then just keep watching. I want to dry off the nail completely so that there's no residue on it, like no oily products, no creams or anything. So I'm just using a little bit of just rubbing alcohol, getting that on there and just going over the nail, and this is just going to dry it completely down. And then if there's any oil products like any hand cream or anything, this is going to remove that. What you want to do is, once that's done, you're going to take your tea bag, and you can actually buy papers to do this, but tea bag is just an easy remedy that everybody has. And I'm going to just cut the bag open and just dump out the tea, because you don't need that. Once you've dumped away the tea, I cut the bag open. Here you can see it. So I cut the bag open, so now I'm going to have a flat side right here. And now you want to kind of measure how big your nail bed is. So you want to kind of cut a strip out that's going to cover the nail. So I'm just going to use some scissors for this. And you want it to cover the width of it. So I'm just kind of measuring. And then you want to cut it. Okay, so I've cut the strip of paper. You can see it like this. So basically I've done it so that it fits the nail, like so. You just want to make sure that it really fits everywhere where there's the crack on your nail. Okay, so then you want to get some nail glue. I just got this at the drugstore. This is Broadway gel, pink gel glue. You can get the one that, if you can find the one that has the brush on tip, that's much easier to use, but I unfortunately don't have that, so I'm gonna squeeze some of this over the entire nail, and you want to put enough also where your crack is or where your split is. Okay, so then you want to take your piece of paper that you've cut, the tea bag, and then you just want to really place that. Oops. You want to place that, and you want to really make sure that it gets it everywhere where the crack is. And try and smooth it down, like, so that there's no gaps, so that there's no wrinkles. You can also use, if it doesn't stick properly, just get some cellophane and just press it down with the cellophane. And just try and smooth out any areas where there's like air underneath. So there might be a few like folds and stuff, so we're gonna smooth that out later. I mean, just try and get it sort of straight. If it's not perfect, don't worry. And don't squeeze down too hard on your nail so that your nail breaks. You just want to really make sure that you're just that the paper is like really well attached. So I'm just gonna keep doing that and just give it a moment to dry. Okay, so after that's dried a little bit, you want to trim away the paper that's sticking out over the nail. So I'm just using some scissors just to trim that down. You want to try and get it as close as possible to the nail. Don't cut the nail, just cut the paper. Okay, so once you've removed some of the extra paper, you want to go over it with another layer of the glue. Apply another coat. Now try to make sure that you don't get it on your cuticles. I mean, you can clean it up a little bit afterwards, but yeah, you don't want to get the glue onto your cuticles if possible. So I'm just applying that another coat over that paper, and then you want to just let that dry again. And you just want to make sure that you really get exactly, you know, the place where you have your split. Okay, so I went ahead and polished my other nails and just waited for this one, the middle one, to be completely dry before you want to do the next step. Now you're going to have some little bumpiness and stuff, like it's not going to be smooth, and also up here it's going to be bumpy. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a buffing file. something like this that comes with different strengths. And I'm going to use sort of the medium one and just start smoothing out. You can do the top. Just like that, and then that's going to start smoothing out anywhere where the paper is kind of bumpy on the very top ridge. And then you can also, once this part is totally, like this should be totally dry by now, then you want to also start buffing the top. But you don't want to buff too much, like you don't want to buff through the paper that you put on. So it's just kind of going to smooth it out. So you want to do this kind of gently. And don't remove too much, like I said, of the glue, because the glue is obviously was kind of holding this whole stuff together. Okay, so once your nail is pretty smoothed out, then you can just go ahead and treat it as you would. I'm just going to apply some base coat. And this is also going to just fill in any ridges. So I'm using my favorite base coat for this. This is Nail Tech Foundation 2. I showed this in my manicure video because this is also a ridge filling base coat. It's this one. And this will fill in like any little gaps and stuff that, you know, has created any kind of unsmoothness on the nail. So then you have filled in the base coat, and then you're just gonna let that dry again, and then you can go ahead and polish your nail. Okay, so I finished up the polish, and now you can see that this nail looks as good as new. You totally can't tell that it's broken. The crack is completely covered on the side, and the nail is very, very strong now, so you can use it totally normally. And probably, you know, I'll get questions about how long this lasts. Now, this lasts usually about 4 or 5 polish changes on me if you use the non-acetone based remover. If you use acetone based remover, it might only last 2 or 3 polish changes, but it's very easy to get off. What you do is you can just soak a cotton pad. If you want to remove the stuff, you soak a cotton pad in acetone based nail polish remover, put the cotton pad on top of the nail, and then wrap your whole nail in aluminum tin foil and leave it on for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then remove it, and it'll just slide right off. All the glue will come off, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't harm your nail at all. And then you can either trim your nail or whatever. So yeah, that's a really, really great trick that I learned on how to fix a broken or like a split nail. And yeah, you totally can't tell, I think, and it, you know, it really lasts quite a while. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Try it out, and make sure you check out my nail tutorials if you want to know more about nails and like how I do them. I have a couple tutorials up already. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.